Good morning, welcome to day 24 of your daily wellness. Today we are doing plough pose. So yesterday when I said plough pose, I just said standard plough, and then I thought, I'm sure we've already done this. And we have. So this one's extended plough, it's got slightly different arms. So yeah, sorry, made a mistake yesterday, never mind. So to start the session today, bring yourself into seated. So to make it a little bit different, we're going to use plough today as a kind of counterbalance asana. So we're going to do a little bit of back bending and then use our plough at the end to show how nice and restorative that can really be, whatever option you're doing, to counterbalance when you've been doing a lot of work through your spine in other ways, not just for forward folds. So to begin with, coming into seated. Like always, settle in, take a fidget if you need to take a fidget. Find that grounding sensation through the sit bones, through the feet. Feel the weight, the heaviness through the legs and through the elbows. Nice and long through both sides of the neck. Eyes can stay open or closed. Have a gentle tuck in of your chin, so we're long through the back of the neck. And a gentle tuck in of the lower ribs, just to make sure we're not arching too much to begin with. Feel that length with every breath, every inhale we grow up, every exhale we lengthen down into the floor. And then gently taking one ear to shoulder, taking the opposite jaw to the ceiling, and then swapping over, slowly moving through center to the other side. Back to the first side, and switch again. Finding the neutral point. Keep your spine in alignment, keep the shoulders back and down as we draw a line with the nose up to the sky. Imagine being lifted from your nose, so we're not just cranking the neck back, but we're actually trying to lengthen up. Most of you will lift your eyebrows at the same time, it's just what happens. And then take it down, drop chin to chest, but again keep the shoulders back and down. Again, drawing that line with the nose as we come up. And dropping chin to chest. Hold it there. Each inhale, feel the chest lift, feel the back of the neck lengthen as you exhale. Feel the chin drop a little more, feel that stretch move, not just from the back of the neck, but into the upper back, into the sort of behind the shoulders. Good, bring the head back to neutral, take a little movement through the head, move through the body, release any tensions there. And then we're going to take a few shoulder rolls. So drawing a circle, bring the shoulders forwards, bring them up to the ears, and then take them down and around. Two more. Inhale as they come up. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale them up. And exhale down. Good. From there, bringing the hands to the floor behind. So I'm going to turn sideways just so you can see here. So long through the spine, hands come to the floor behind, fingers facing back towards you. And walk them in quite narrow, so not quite touching, but quite narrow. And really get the shoulders back. So think about that shoulder roll we just did if you need to, doing a few more. Push through the palms and imagine lifting up with the chest to the sky. Opening up through the throat, through the front of the chest, through the front of the body, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Big lift. If you want to extend here, you don't have to. You can tilt the pelvis up as well and create that, get that length coming all the way down into the front of the hips. Good, and then wherever you're at, gently bring it back into alignment. Take a moment to take it over into your forward fold over the cross legs. Plant the hands on the mat to bring you back up. So from there, place your left hand on the floor. With the right arm, we're going to reach away and then draw that rainbow up and over. Left hand can slide further away or keep it close, it's up to you. Ground down through the sit bone as we reach, drawing as big a semicircle as you can. If you're comfortable here, you can come onto the left elbow or just reach further away. Find a level that suits you. Pulling up through the fingertips as we start to draw the rainbow up and then down to the other side. Press firmly into the mat, reach the left hand out, lengthen away, up and then over with the left sit bones, grounding firmly down. Pulling from the fingertips up, drawing that big rainbow. And bring the fingertips down. Chest open, chin tucked, shoulders back and down. Good. From here we're going to come onto all fours. So take a moment to get yourself sat up. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Lower ribs tucked in. We're going to drop into cow pose. Tailbone up, coming into your back bend, chest opens. As you exhale, pull up from the belly button as we tuck under and come into cat pose. Really push all the way up. One more purposeful cat and cow. Good, and then we bring knees together, feet together. Send it back into child pose. Allow the curvature through the spine for a moment here. Head can rest on the floor. Hands can just rest on the floor in front, or we can take them back, palms facing up. Allow the shoulder blades to slip apart. Breathe deep into the belly, feel that compression. And then bringing the hands back round if they're by your feet, planting them firmly and using them to come back up onto all fours. Good, so tucking your toes under like yesterday, making your way into downward facing dog, whichever you want to go for. Push the hands back or whichever way you want to come into it. Make your own way there, is what I meant. Tailbone up high, lower ribs in long through the spine, push it back. Good, from there, come forwards into plank pose. Long and strong through your plank. Options here, you can lower down or flop down onto your belly, you can drop the knees, or we can come down through chaturanga and then onto your belly. From here, coming into Cobra, so roll the shoulders back and down, lift up. Exhale it down. Tuck the toes under, make your way to downwards facing dog. Good, so we're going to do that little bit again. You can do from plank dropping onto your belly and doing a cobra and then down dog, or if you've been doing chaturanga, we can come to plank, chaturanga, up dog as opposed to cobra, and then we'll all meet in downwards facing dog. So take it back. Good, 2 more times. Inhale to plank. Exhale to the floor or chaturanga. Inhale, upwards facing dog or cobra. And exhale, down dog. I'm going to do the lower option with you for this last time. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga or the floor. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And then as we exhale, downwards facing dog. Good. Now we all bring it forwards together into plank. Take a moment to allow the hips to drop, allow the knees to come to the floor, open the chest forward, top of the feet on the mat. We're going to come into upwards facing dog. So we're not dumping the weight into the hands. We're opening the chest forward, shoulder blades come together and down the spine. Tilt your pelvis under as if you're trying to reach the floor with your pelvis. Press into the top of the feet. This may lift the thighs up. Chin is tucked. Hold. Maybe having a little gaze over one shoulder and then the other. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Good. Knees down. Slowly. Take it back. Coming into seated pose. Taking a minute in easy pose and then allowing the slump to happen as you come back down onto the mat. Good, I thought I was going to bang my head then. Good, so taking a moment here. Maybe you just hug the knees in. Maybe we reach between you and take a hold of each foot. Take a little rock and roll up and down the spine. And you can come all the way up or just make it a little rock if you want to. We're trying to curve the spine now. Good, last bit. Last rock. And bring it down onto your back. So, if you want to use a block here, if you struggle to get yourself up and use your hands to support, place a block under your spine. You can just relax the legs up to the ceiling or take them over wherever they go. That's your choice, so that's your first option. Otherwise, start to lift up, place the hands under the lower back, bring the elbows in and support. And if this is where you're at with the legs bent and they just don't go anywhere else, you're kind of flailing around, that's fine. Enjoy that moment, that kind of weightlessness of the legs. If you need the chair, you can use a chair. Start to bring the weight up onto the shoulders. So right up towards the back of the neck, use the hands to support. Or if you don't need a chair, take the feet down to the floor, use the hands to support, lengthen away, and then to make it extended, we interlace the fingers and reach them away. Or you can take palms down. Options, up to you. Breathe nice and deep into the belly. Feel that compression through the core. Lengthen through the back of the legs, if you can. Hold and relax. This is a great pose for calming the nervous system. So if you're feeling stressed, this is a good one to get into and hold for a while. Hands can come back to support you if they're not feeling comfortable, or we can come back up to that hover if you're starting to feel too much compression through the front of the body. Choose your options. Taking about 3 more rounds of breath. Good. Now to come out, use your hands to support. Take it slow and steady as you come down to the floor. Good. Bring your feet to the mat, place the palms down. Take one inhale, lifting up a little through the hips. Exhale, take it down. Good. Cross the right leg over the left and allow the hips to roll to one side. So if the legs roll to the left, take the right arm out into cactus pose. Left hand to the top of the thigh, right, looking over your right shoulder. Sorry guys, my words are not with me today. Breathe into the belly, enjoy that lengthening through the spine. Taking a few more breaths, just allowing the weight of your legs in one direction and the shoulder in the other direction to really stretch out the spine. And then bringing the head back to neutral. Use this hand to support as you bring the legs back in. Take a moment to find that neutral spine. Move over if you don't have space to do this, like I just had. So cross the left leg over the right. Allow the legs to roll over to the side. The left arm we bring in cactus pose, right hand on top of the thigh, and we gaze over the left hand. Just allowing the weight of the legs to pull and lengthen down the spine, and the weight of the shoulder and the arm to open up through the top. Taking a few more breaths. Good. Gently use the hand to support as you unwind. Bring the knees into the chest. Take a little roll from side to side. Place the feet on the mat, allow the knees to come together, take the hands to the sides, palms facing up, and take a few breaths to relax, feel your body surrender down. Taking a moment to imagine yourself in your favourite place ever. Imagine being in that place and noticing the people with you. Maybe noticing the scenery, if you're inside or outside, the weather or the furniture, colours, the textures. And maybe this favourite place has a certain smell or tastes associated with it. Maybe there are certain sounds and musics, or the voices of loved ones, or the sound of the sea or wind, or whatever it is for you. And maybe there's certain sensations, so if you're cold or warm or outside or inside, just take that in. Taking the last few breaths. And allow the corners of your mouth to lift up into a gentle smile. And take a few deep breaths, filling all the way up into the belly. And let it all go. Again, all the way in. And let it go. One more breath like that, all the way in. And let it go. Take a moment to take a little fidget, connect back with here and now. And gently making your way up to a seated position. Taking a moment to check in with how you feel in your body, in yourself. This is the point to pause the video and carry on and do some other yoga if you're feeling something else now. Otherwise, we will end it here together. And I'll see what we've got for tomorrow's yoga pose. So, tomorrow, goddess pose. Good, so a nice, grounding, powerful, strong pose to practice tomorrow. So thank you for joining me. Namaste. And I will see you again tomorrow for your next dose of daily wellness.